boy, easy to be at work. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? But I've been, you know what I'm saying, peeping what's been going on in the sport and what's been talked about. You know, Terence Crawford has now challenged the winner of Fundora versus Tszyu, and I want to come to the people, you know, comment, you know what I'm saying? After the video go off later, you know, after you first see this video, comment, let me know how you feel. You know, pound for pound fight in the world, Mr. Terence Crawford. Some consider the face of boxing right now, you know, some don't, but that's all good. Everybody got their right to their opinion. Now we got Tszyu, the WBO champion at 154 pounds. We got Sebastian Fundora challenging him. You know, both of these dudes are hard fights in my opinion. I take nothing away from him, even though I think Terence is a beast. You know, Terence is on another level than most fighters. We still got to remember the fact that Terence Crawford is moving up to 154. He going to another man's weight division where these guys are solid. You know, they weigh more. You know, ain't no telling what Tim Tszyu weigh on the walk around day. Fundora look like he don't weigh too much on any day, but these are still two dangerous fights. And, you know, may the best man win. And if you watching my prediction video, y'all know I think that Tim Tszyu is gonna come out on top in that situation. So what's gonna happen? You know, will Fundora win? You know what I'm saying? My opinion ain't always right, you know what I'm saying? Well, it mostly is a lot, you know what I'm saying? It is a lot, right? But who you think will come out on top? If Fundora come out, can Terence Crawford deal with the 6'6" and Tower and Inferno coming off a fight, beating Tim Tszyu confidence high? Or can Terence Crawford defeat a non-stop aggressive fighter with a little bit of power, you know, like Tim Tszyu? You know, I know a lot of people, you know, gonna have their picks and chooses, but we gonna break it down. Well, I'm gonna break it down in my opinion of how I feel they'll go against either one of them. Tough challenge, you know, especially for Terence. I'm gonna go with Tim Tszyu first. Tim is the question you got to ask yourself: has Terence Crawford seen a fighter like Tim Tszyu yet? And a lot of y'all gonna say no because a lot of y'all ain't watched Terence Crawford fights and y'all don't know his resume. Now, I'm not saying that this guy I'm finna say is exactly like uh Tim Tszyu, but he will follow the same routine because a lot of y'all think that Terence Crawford is gonna go out there and try to Errol Spence Tim Tszyu. A lot of y'all ain't seen Terence Crawford fights to understand that this man's smart and he got a high IQ. Terence gonna go out there and just like he gonna fight him like he fought Victor Poster. And if you know anything about that fight, Terence Crawford was gonna move around the ring. He gonna frustrate the hell out of Tim Tszyu, and he gonna leave him, make him so upset and follow him because Tim Tszyu style is just like Victor Poster's. He gonna try to hunt you down. He gonna try to follow you. He gonna try to attack you the whole fight. If you don't let Tim Tszyu set his feet, Tim Tszyu is gonna be in trouble. Tim Tszyu lives to come forward and stand right there in front of you. If he can't, Tim is not gonna throw no lunge and punches. If Terence on move, and if he do, Terence is gonna counter him, and it's gonna be a major, major mistake for Tim Tszyu trying to do that. Really, like I said, against Fundora, like that's Tim's bread and butter. As far as from outside boxing, ain't no way in the world we could say that Tim Tszyu can outbox Bud from the outside. We can't say that. Now, we gonna be truthful and we gonna tell the truth. Can Tim Tszyu hurt Bud? Yes. Bigger man, stronger man, you know, powerful, you know, I ain't gonna say powerful like Tim Tszyu got one punch knockout power, but by him being a bigger man, being at 154 the longest, yes, it's a possibility he could hurt Terence. Danger, like I said, is a dangerous fight. But when it comes to skill set, you got the same thing about Errol Spence. Like for years, we were telling you about Errol Spence. I know I was telling you about he was going to destroy Errol Spence, and look what happened. You have to look at the arsenal that a fighter has. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at all that they have in the toolbox in order to determine who may come out on top in that fight. Now, when you look at Terence Crawford's toolbox, you got wrenches, you got screwdrivers, you got nails in there, measuring tape, duct tape, you got wrenches, sockets, you got everything in the world in his. You know, you go to Tim Tszyu, you got about 2-3 things. All right, come forward, aggressiveness, okay defense, you know what I'm saying? Gritty fighter, aggressive, little bit of defense, tight little defense at times. Going against a fighter like Terence Crawford, that ain't gonna add up. But at the end of the day, we all know that this is the sport of boxing. Like I always say, one punch changes everything. One punch changes everything. So you'll never know who may come out on top in that fight. But when it comes to, you know, what the fighters have and what they arsenal, what they have in their toolbox, their arsenal, you know, we all would pick Terence Crawford. We all would pick Terence Crawford. A lot of y'all ain't seen the fights that Terence been in. You know, a lot of people have judged Terence Crawford from the Errol Spence, you know, situation where people say his resume is resume that. Those are people who have not been watching boxing for long. Because a lot of those fighters that Terence beat were dangerous fighters. And he took some last minute notice fights against some fighters that they thought was gonna beat Terence, but they beat him. Now, when it comes to Fundora, this is what's gonna be crazy. This is thank you, brother CK. If y'all want to support the channel, go to the Cash App button. I appreciate whatever you're saying. Just please support the channel. Fundora will be a different situation. Now, automatically, I could tell you this from the jump. Terence Crawford will fight Fundora from the southpaw situation, from the southpaw stance. He will from the southpaw stance. I think he'll fight Tszyu from the southpaw stance too, simply because Tszyu hasn't really dealt with any, really good southpaws like that, who has boxing ability, footwork, IQ, can move around the ring. Also, he'll be able to better take away Tszyu's right hand if he fights in southpaw. Because when Terence fights guys in orthodox, he can be easily hit by the jab. That's what was getting him caught by, what's his name? Not Amir Khan, K.O. Brook. And that's why he went switched to southpaw, because he could see what was coming better with that by K.O. Brook throwing a straight right hand, and he was able to count him and knock him out. So I think he's going to fight both of them, especially Tszyu from the southpaw stance. And the reason I say he'll fight Fundora better from a southpaw stance is to stay away from Fundora's uppercut, because Fundora is going to be coming. If Crawford is in southpaw stance, it's going to be very hard for Fundora to land that uppercut. Me mostly thinking about it, the movement of Terence Crawford, the smart ability, his technique and his ring IQ, the knowledge he has, it's going to be a body shot night all night against Fundora. All night, stick and move, outbox, win, later rounds. He'll probably, you never know. Terence, when he get in his mode, you know, Terence a beast. Once that switch go on, then, you know, somebody finna go down. So Terence probably getting in later rounds up there with Fundora, and he probably step in with him. But that's going to be after he realized he done tore his body up. Because Terence, if I ain't mistaken, is way shorter, or probably some inches shorter than Tszyu. And, you know, so with the Bo Magnum playing and how they gonna do the fight, I can see Terence really just moving around the ring, beating up on Fundora's body, and going in later on, you know, for the knockout. That would be my thing. But at the end of the day, either one of these guys will beat Terence. A lot of people, you know, they get mad. Y'all think Terence unstoppable? Can't nobody beat Terence. No, he's just a spectacular fighter. And his mean streak would make it worse. This the only fight I could see go down, get hurt, and then he turn on a switch. And then next thing you know, whatever happened. Well, no, I ain't gonna say go down, but I done seen Floyd Mayweather do it. It's only certain fighters that be that great to where they can turn that switch on. And I ain't really seen nobody do it but Floyd when he got hit by Shane Mosley. And he came out there and switched. And next thing you know, Shane Mosley couldn't get a punch landed on him. Same thing with Terence when he got knocked down. I ain't gonna say knocked down, because that wasn't a knockdown by the Green Machine. He was holding on to the man's waist, and Green Machine was pulling back, and he went down. But right after that, he hit the switch in his head, and after that, he started annihilating the Green Machine, Kavaliauskas. But I don't talk about that on here. What do you think about Haney and P. Diddy in the pool? You know what was going on in that situation. Yeah, I ain't got to say nothing about that. If you seen them in the pool, then you know what was going on. Now, I ain't saying there's no guarantee that Puffy got him, but I'm just saying, When you see dudes around puffy, they end up on TV and with a lot more money. So that's all I'm gonna say. But in my opinion, I think he can beat both of them. And also, I think they could beat him. But with the way, what's the key to Terence Crawford's great ability? Nobody pays attention to. Nobody really cares to notice is that he got 3 trainers. It's gonna be very hard to beat a man that got 3 trainers. 3 heads are better than 1. Like 2 heads are better than 1. You see what I'm saying? That's why he loves his team so much, because a great team gonna lead you the way you need to be. He got 3 different minds. Can you just think about this? He got 3 different people watching one fight, and all of them giving their point of views to him on how to defeat them. That's why he's the best at this point right now. But nobody is saying, he don't tell you that. And I ain't saying it in a bad way that he don't tell you that. I mean, his ability is out there doing the fighting. It's his body out there doing the fighting. But when you got 3 people sitting up there and they telling you, hey, we're going to work on this, we're going to work on that. I see gaps in this on him. I see that. 3 different dudes. You can't help but to beat everybody. And then along with his talent, his athleticism and things like that, it's your team. And that's what I know Fundora team gonna feel that if he was to win. I don't think they could fix nothing. They don't even have him throwing a straight hand, and he a southpaw, and his arms longer than the Mississippi River. His arms longer than the Mississippi River, and he don't throw no straight shots. Only thing he do is throw a jab, and then when you hit him, he don't want to jab with you no more. He just want to go straight in the brawl and beating up on you. That, which is his bread and butter, but that'll be a mistake against Terence too, because you can't do that leaning down on Terence. His best advantage in the fight with Terence Crawford, if Fundora was to win, is to stay back and use a long body, because other than that, he's gonna get knocked out. He's gonna get knocked out. But I would give, between the both of them, I would give Tszyu a better shot than Fundora. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, how you can say that when this man's 6'6"? Height ain't got nothing to do with thinking and fighting. Your height ain't got nothing to do with it. Trust me, your height ain't got nothing to do with no boxing or thinking and fighting. That ain't got nothing to do with it. The long arms, all that, you got to know how to use them. And we clearly see that Fundora don't know how to use his at times. Because you are too big, you are 6'6" in height, and you simply smothering your punches trying to throw an uppercut and hit somebody in their body. When you should be using your legs, jabbing from the outside, and using that straight left hand. Now, after you win some rounds, Fundora wins some rounds, then Fundora should be going in the inside trying to fight people like that. At least 5 rounds straight. Or at least, you know what I'm saying, you got to pick up your rounds, you know. But he goes into it too early. But out of them 2, I think Tszyu will have a better shot of beating Terence Crawford than I would think Fundora. Fundora needs a new trainer. Tszyu is limited, but I think Tszyu will be a better fighter if he had a real, especially if he got a, and I hate to say this because I'm not racist. I don't want anybody to think I'm racist when I say this. If he got a black trainer to teach him footwork and foot movement and how to fight going backwards, if they could teach him that, I mean, he a dominant fighter right now as is, but look, I'm gonna put you like this. From watching Tszyu, ain't too many people gonna beat him. Ain't too many people gonna beat him. And I really doubted that Jamil even had a chance. I really doubted that Jamil even had a chance, but until I seen that. No, you good. You all right, man. I ain't think he had a chance until I seen that in order to beat Tszyu, you're going to have to be a smart boxer. You're going to have skills, and you're going to have to be able to, you have to have some grit. You're going to have to fight them. Because most of these fighters, they don't want to fight them. My mic ain't taking off. I'm sorry, y'all. Most fighters don't want to fight them, so they ain't, because they already know it's gonna take a lot to beat them. Tszyu ain't slick. Ain't a slick black fighter, Crawford, Cocoa Butter Slick. I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with who black and who this and who that. It's about who got the skills. You know what I'm saying? He ain't slicker. You know what I'm saying? But like we know, one punch change everything. If he catch Crawford, it don't matter how slick you is. If he catch him, it don't matter how slick, how good you is. You know, but you know, like we don't, you know, the color barrier don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be a white fighter that could look just as good as Floyd if he was trained right. You know, but you know, due to culture and due to what is it, DNA, it'll be rare to see a fighter that could actually fight like Floyd Mayweather due to how, you know, different races have different things going on with them that make them certain ways. You know, like a guy said on a boxer video one time I seen, he said, you can go in any neighborhood and tell a black kid to throw a jab and they'll be perfect. But if you go in most other neighborhoods or other races, they can't throw a jab. It's just something in us, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that we're better at boxing or anything else, but that's just a known fact. I didn't say it. A white boxing trainer said it. It wasn't me. So don't take it out on me. But I wonder if Terence Crawford beats. Well, I know he gonna if he get that belt from Tszyu, he gonna be looking for Jermell Charlo. He gonna be looking for Jermell Charlo, and that's what's gonna set it off. See, that's what I think is his game plan. I think his game plan is to go to 154, take the belts at 154, or take a belt from Tszyu and challenge Jermell Charlo. And then if he beats Jermell Charlo, if I don't know if he done got stripped of another belt, I think Charlo still got all three belts. Then he becomes a 3-time undisputed champion before he leave out the game. And who ain't gonna buy that fight? Charlo versus Crawford. Who ain't gonna buy that fight? Then you know he leave out the game on top. You know that's the best way to see it. I see it for me. That's gonna be a big money fight right there. You know, trying to fight Canelo ain't gonna fight him because Canelo understand. Canelo no boxing. Canelo no boxing. Canelo know that not it's a possibility. Let me put it to you like that. Ain't no guarantee. It's a possibility that Terence is smart enough to outsmart him and beat him, outbox him. It's not that Canelo is afraid of Terence. He's not afraid of him. But he wouldn't dare take to going out there and getting the floor and Mayweather again. So he ain't finna do that. But you got to remember this, Canelo the same one who wanted to challenge Errol Spence at one point at a certain weight. But notice he don't want to do none of that with Terence, especially after he's seen what Terence did to Errol Spence. You see what I'm saying? He don't want to see Terence. But that's my opinion of it. I'm going to go and get off now. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. If you disagree with anything, comment. If you agree, comment. You know what I'm saying? Support the channel, share the videos, hit the like button, please, if you watch. And I thank y'all for y'all time. This your boy Ease. I'm out.